Boshaw, what's good, guys? It is your boy SoTeeko, and we are back on the block today for a big video, a video that I've been looking forward to making for a long time. And in today's vid, we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 3 and giving my review for the season. This is my first ever review of a series, so I hope that you guys go on to enjoy it. If you do, hit that like-ski, and hit that sub button. From Dame Range. Without further ado, let's get right into the review. So, Season 3, we pick up not where we leave off in Season 2. We pick up where we leave off in the Book of Boba Fett. The reason being is I theorize that the higher-ups in Disney wanted Grogu back in The Mandalorian, and they had to give in. They had to give in. And for that reason, I feel like most of this season got rewritten, sidelined, and kind of just spiraled out of control with no real place to go. We start off in Navarro. Mando with Grogu. They allude to IG-11. They talk about rebuilding him. They need spare parts, right? And guess what? You can't get the spare parts. So it gets put onto the back burner for the time being. There's pirates. They have a little confrontation with those pirates, and one thing leads to another, and we get an all-out battle. Pirates. It leads to Mando going to the mines of Mandalore with his new droid, which is also an arc for the longest time, because if you remember in Season 1, Mando hated droids, and now in Season 3 he is reliant upon droids. Whilst on Mandalore, he gets captured by the cyborg creature. He gets defeated, he gets captured, and Grogu has to go and get bo-katan to save him. After being saved, the two return to the covert after swimming in the living waters. Whilst there, we get this side story of the doctor of the amnestied Imperials in the New Republic, and we see homeboy get his brain fried. And to me, to dedicate an entire episode upon that, and for us to never really do anything with it after, only to allude to the character, the spy, it was like, kind of felt like a waste of an episode. But I get it, because they're telling the story of what's going on at the time, right? So we return to the Mandalorian covert, and in the Mandalorian covert, there is a big ass bird that likes to steal younglings, and they had to go and save big boy Visla's kid, Bjorn Visla. Thank goodness that bird didn't eat the kid and all that time. But hey, then we meet up again with the pirates, and we have a huge battle in the sky, taking out ships, taking out the capital ship, and this grants freedom. This grants asylum for the Mandalorians on Navarro. It's not good enough for them. This is also the episode where they're like, okay, bo-katan, you're the lady, take us home. So episode 6 rolls around. We didn't really like episode 6. Episode 6 was the side quest with the Jack Black character, and it just, if you want to watch episode 6, I would say watch the last 10 minutes of episode 6, because everything in between is just good cop, bad cop. And it's entertaining. It's good filler for when you bulk watch the episodes, when you watch everything together, which over the years I've realized that everything Disney puts out for Star Wars is meant to be binged. It's not meant to be week by week by week. And it becomes more and more apparent of that over the shows that get released, because you look at like Bad Batch. No idea why Bad Batch is still released episodically and not released as one big chunk or multiple chunks, you know? Because Bad Batch could definitely use being uploaded like that. It is not the kind of show to be released weekly. This Mandalorian series probably shouldn't have either, because it just wasn't consistently great in any facet. And we get to that with the episode of the spies, where the first time you see Moff Gideon, not the first time you hear about him, but the first time you see him is here in episode 7, and you see the Empirical Circle. You hear about Grand Admiral Thrawn, and you understand that there's more going on than we're aware of, but we don't see any of it. And this is kind of like they throw all the empirical plans into one little meeting just so we get caught up. It was cool. We got to see Hux's father. Pretty cool. And we hear about Thrawn. Pretty cool. And we know now that Thrawn is the highest ranking member of the Empire right now. So he quite literally has the heir to the Empire, which is awesome. And this takes us to the return, the finale, where we had 99 overall expectations based upon past finales, based upon the show's name, what the show has been capable of. And to me, this was just a happy ending. But I don't think we were really looking for a happy ending. There were lots of rumors that Din Djarin was going to be killed off because of stuff going on in the background, which I never really pay attention to that kind of stuff. But I watched Nerd Theory, and it eventually will get mentioned in a segment or two. And we see Grogu save the day to a degree. And right when I thought Din was going to bite the dust, here comes Grogu. And everything just went according to plan. Now there's a rumor going on that the Moff Gideon that was killed was just a clone. Sure. But do we really want to bring him back from the dead again? Probably not. And my biggest issue with this season is they didn't set us up for anything. So we're going to become reliant upon Ahsoka Tano. We're going to be reliant upon the Ahsoka show and everything else going on in the Mandoverse. Book of Boba Fett season 2 probably going to come out before Mandalorian season 4. So we're kind of lost. And I feel like all of it is to do with Grogu. If we don't bring back Grogu, the show goes in a good direction. And it's not like you're missing out on revenue, because you could literally make a Luke and Grogu show, which I guarantee would have fit and people would have appreciated even more. Because if Grogu's with Luke for 2 years, we need to see what happened in those 2 years. Something had to happen in those 2 years. So I know I've got a Grogu poster right here. It was a gift. I am now anti-Grogu because if y'all were hating on Jar Jar for years, you know, I'm hating on Grogu for years, because this man ruined the Mandalorian. Not even his fault. It's y'all's fault for thinking that he's cute, calling him Baby Yoda and such. So I'm anti-Grogu now. And hopefully this Mandalorian season 4 and everything happening in the Mandoverse from onwards has a clear idea. I feel bad for the showrunners and the show writers, because season 3, it just wasn't good. I'd give it a 5.4 out of 10, because it just felt so flat. And now, like, where are we? What are we doing? How are we getting there? That's just how I feel about it. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the Mandalorian season 3. I've been your boy SoTeeko, and I do appreciate each and every single one of you. And above all else, guys, make sure to stay safe. Tell your mother that you love her, and peace, knowledge, and serenity. And of course, be with you, because I am out. Peace.